Aerial coverage for the X Games Los Angeles provided by Goodyear, the tires chosen by experts for superior performance in challenging conditions. Goodyear, more driven. And speaking of driven, there are some people driven to madness at Best Trick. And we got to look back as we're sitting here at Moto X Best Trick, the second day of the X Games. There's going to be Moto all the way through. We go to the top. Taka Higashino from Japan. He came in for the freestyle gold medal, and he stomped it.
America's Navy presents the breakthrough performance.
Rumor has it we're going to see something landed for the first time ever in competition.
Right out of the gate with a trick that huge.
The rock solid back.
Watch the arms all the way out. Letting go while upside down. That's what's phenomenal. Woo. Oh, look how far he sailed.
My dream is exactly this.
He's going to claim it. What do you think?
Can't sleep tonight. Yeah.
Well, Taka getting it done, and hey, while we're talking about it, hashtag best trick. Let's start trending this thing. Get out the Twitter accounts, tweet it up, and guess what? It's time for Taka Higashino best trick. Travis, you know the trick he's gonna throw. You saw it in freestyle. Where does it measure up with what we've already seen from Pagès? Is it a gnarlier trick?
It's a more technical trick. It's really difficult to see how the judges are going to see it. You kind of saw it there with Bruce did a variation, but he's dropping in with confidence right here. Huge!
Gets it again.
Absolutely unbelievable. You have to set the motorcycle in the flip. You have to set your hands, let go, and not lose the motorcycle. The centrifugal force of a backflip, just doing a no-handed flip, is so hard. We always thought we had to hook to something on there. Here comes a replay.
And here's what you say. He gets upside down, and watch how far the hands go away. I mean, total commitment. Those hands are behind his back.
Full commitment. Watch again.
If you miss the grab, you're dead. If you miss the hold, you're dead. You miss the grab, you're dead. If you hit the front brake on the landing, you're face planting. I mean, he does everything perfect, just step by step.
I love, you mentioned the front brake hit. He has a presence of mind, unbelievable. Watch when he lands.
He grabs the front brake.
And he gets on the brake. I think it's just great presence of mind. Let's get a score for Taka Higashino. Will he move to the first place position? And he does.
And the judges rewarded that well. It is definitely a technical trick.
A couple things to think about. The 75-foot ramp, the inversion of the trick. Those are all factors.
And the execution. I mean, that is a really well-executed version of that trick. It's super clean. And I think that's got to help, too, because as we were saying about Tom Pagès actually did mess that trick up a little.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a special flip. I mean, that flip, the body varial is absolutely amazing. But now Taka came and he was, go for it.
No, I just think it's amazing what they're doing, but I think we should take a look at some of your stunt work from your movie. What do you think?
Oh, man. Well, that's 6 of the 8 guys were on Nitro Circus Live. I mean, Taka was actually doing that trick in practice at Nitro Live. So, man, just been so much fun traveling the world with these guys.
Let's take a look at what Travis Pastrana has been cooking.
This is Travis Pastrana and the Nitro Circus.
I love you!
Nitro Circus, making dreams and nightmares come true.
On August 8th, buckle up for the one film that will absolutely leave a mark. Nitro Circus 3D, rated PG-13, in theaters everywhere, August 8th.
And there's an extended version, I believe, of that trailer online right now. So exclusive sneak peek of Nitro Circus, a 3D movie, xgames.com/video. And hey, you can Shazam us for more content. It's not just about finding out what song's playing wherever you're at. You can put in names, you can check out the X Games, get info and dirt.
But look here, Cameron Sinclair, no rider's ever hit so many times, been hurt so many times doing the double backflip. Career-ending injuries for anyone, and this guy keeps coming back. What perseverance. Come on, Cam.
His 56th attempt at a double backflip.
Almost died on this trick a few years back, and he still comes back. He comes back with a vengeance and with tricks added to it. nice. Really, really smooth, really
Cameron
clean.
Sinclair, double backflip. He's claiming that one, right?
He had told his wife that he was not doing the double flip ever again after he broke his femur this past year. And he comes back out, they invited him, he's like, I gotta go, come on. And man, I have so much respect for Cameron.
Cam Sinclair is a bad dude. And let's talk about, take a look, the double backflip. What it takes, Travis. I mean, you invented it. You brought it to the X Games in 2006. Just the utter commitment.
The commitment right here, the pull has to be perfect. And if it's not, there's nothing you can do. You see, I mean, he's pulling so hard. He actually pulls the bike a little sideways. So hard to extend it all in the landing. And you just hit so hard.
And how late in that trick do you actually spot the landing?
No, you don't spot the landing. You're already on the ground when you spot it. So that's, it's definitely one of the scariest tricks out there. But here, to see what his score is.
An 89.33, not far away from Higashino's 90. And the interesting part about that, Travis, is this is a trick that's been around since 2006, but I don't think there's very many people doing it, is why he gets the score.
It's risk factor. You can't bail out of that trick. The fact that it's been around for so long and that so few people have done it, not because it's the most difficult or the most technical trick, like you see the trick that Taka, or Cook are trying, but it is definitely, it has such a high consequence.
How many people do the double backflip now? Josh Sheehan, yourself?
There's been 4 guys that have ever landed a double backflip since 2006, which is, but I mean, here, looking at the...
Tells you how hard it is.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about that is back in 2003, you and Deegan both threw the 360 for the first time ever. I think there's only 5 guys doing 360s still.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many doing 3s that are, kind of BMX standard 3s, but if you look at a trick that's been, 8 years in the making, it's Kyle Loza, bike flip. I mean, this is a trick that he's hurt himself on so much. Here he goes, dropping in. This would be a first, by far, something that no one else has ever even come close to. No. He's up though. He looks like he's healthy enough to try that again. This trick, it's a trick that everyone's been trying since the BMX guys started doing it. He's one of the shorter guys too. Like you'd figure a taller guy would have a lot better chance of getting this around. But amazing the technicality of this trick. Luckily, it's a trick that he can get out of a little bit, but he's had a lot of injuries.
So we got to see, is the bike even going to be okay for a second attempt?
Travis, let's take a look at it. He's said to have nailed it in the foam pit 3 times just this morning. It just looks like he didn't get the rotation around.
What's really difficult about this trick is that when you throw it, you have to actually dive over the bars. And it looked like that commitment, he was just a little back where he needed to be. I mean, you have to go to where if you mess up, you're going to dive into the ground from 40 feet in the air.
So what you're saying is the transition of commitment isn't where you throw it, it's where you get over it to get the landing.
You actually have to pull the motorcycle down under you, dive over the top. The wheels come right by your face, and you have to set yourself up to, if you mess up, you're going to land directly on your head to make this trick work. So it's in the foam pit, it's a little bit easier to commit to, hey, if I land on my head, I'll be okay.
You know what? I'm sorry. You know what's alarming is the way Travis says land on your head so casually.
And the most amazing thing here tonight so far is that we've had tricks gone wrong, and yet these guys have actually got up and walked away from tricks that are just so ridiculously gigantic. And they're getting up, they're walking away, and they're thinking of doing it again.
And that's the scariest thing, being hurt and knowing that you have an opportunity to try something you've worked for 3, 4, 5 years on. I mean, Kyle's been working on this trick for 4 years, but X Games have done such a good job this year with actually making the landing taller, steeper. Might have been why Mons didn't quite get his trick around, but not softer, but not as hard-packed as we've seen it in the past.
And we're going to transition now. We're going to go to Jackson Strong, but the guys that don't ever land the trick on the dirt, and I know that you landed the double backflip on mulch before you came here, right? So you had the sensation. It's really different than what it's landing in the foam pit because of the drop out, the way the ramp, the landing is.
Foam pit, mulch is nothing like coming to X Games and doing this. And here you go, Jackson Strong, another Nitro Circus livecast member here, started his career on the Krusty Tour. And look, I mean, full metal militia, no shirt, just rocking it.
Jacko, will we see the new trick? It's a body variation.
Oh! Got it! With the grab!
That was...
He got the double grab on that. That's another special flip. He is pumped. He is pumped. And he should be. This is a trick that you go blind the whole way around. I mean,
Did he hook up as well? Did he have a problem there in that flip? It looked like there was
Can you
just
do
a
it without
hesitation.
having a problem? I have no idea.
Jacko.
Spencer Gregg's been trying this trick on a bicycle for, what, 12 years now, and he finally started doing it like 1 out of 15 tries?
Let's take another look at Jacko bringing innovation through the bars.
No problem.
Completely lets go.
That was smooth. That was clean.
This has to be
like
first place.
And he does like a heart attack Indian as he comes back on with the legs. I agree with you. I believe first place.
Wait, didn't Thomas do it from? It is first.
Yeah.
Yes. That is impressive.
The fans agree. I'm trying to think back to Tomas Pagès. He doesn't really totally let go. And I think he does let go, but this seems like he's so much farther away. Ladies and gentlemen, that is only one run of Moto X Best Trick. We have 8 riders still to go if they want to take a shot for gold.
This trick, the 720, you have to pull like a double backflip. You pull as hard as you possibly can.
When we entered, Travis, your friend, Bruce Cook, has elected not to go in his second run.
Yeah, there's nothing scarier than knowing you're healthy going into a run. You tried your best, you came up a little short, you're hurt, you're nervous more, and you know, to have a chance to go out there, I'm sure he's definitely the bike, and he's pretty hurt. But
now that means Pagès is coming up. A guy who pulled a trick we haven't seen before is in 4th position.
Well, and it was very, very similar. The judges they did not reward him for, you know, going one hand, being on the motorcycle at all time, and not getting the double grab at the end. They were very harsh on Thomas, for sure.
And of course, Thomas, his brother Charles, has been injured. He's coming back from injury.
Yeah.
Tomas not doing flip tricks anymore, but he's taking it to a different level.
Here we go, a whole different level. Over the 75. Oh, that is huge. Oh man.
Just to come back and decide to hit that big ramp because he knows he has to lay it down.
I mean, the 75-foot ramp, it is such a similar trick. I mean, you know, Jacko's calling his trick the Jack. That's kind of insult to injury to Thomas, but I tell you what, this is an impressive trick. Either way you look at it, off the 75-foot gap, I mean, catches up again and does fully let go this time, grabs backwards on the bike, lands sideways.
And I think one thing to point out, he really pushed the feet out towards the front this time. Last time, he went out the side, if I'm not mistaken. And from the surf town of Biarritz, France,
this is an impressive trick. I mean, look how he just grips himself back onto that motorcycle.
Okay, let's put you on the spot. Do you think it's good enough for first place?
I can't go against the judges, but I do. I do think it is. Jacko's was amazing. I mean, Jacko's was clean. It was smooth, but it was off the shorter gap. And Jacko definitely, he was completely off the motorcycle, but this score.
The judges strongly disagree. I think, now, we could be all messed up with everything that we're seeing because of the let go, the way it goes through. My first impression is that Jacko really threw it out through the front of the bike more, and maybe that's the difference maker, but I agree with you, the shorter jump versus the longer jump.
It's not what we've seen the judges do in the past, but I tell you what, Jacko's trick was absolutely amazing. Here comes Mark Monea. Mons. And see, does he go for the carry-on or the no-handed carry-on? He was hoping to get the carry-on the first time. This is huge. The carry-on, he's got it. No! Oh, that is disappointment. I've seen him land that trick so many times, Nitro Live, night after night, to come to the biggest stage in freestyle motocross and get so close so many times. This is his second year in a row. I'm glad to see the guy, he's getting back up and on the bike. But
I thought it was interesting that he just ejected, crashed from a front flip 360, has the presence of mind to do the old fist pump that he's mad before he even really checks himself.
Seemed like a much better takeoff than we both thought he had that one.
It's so much going on that trick. I mean, look at this, so off axis. It comes around sideways, and then look, his feet just came off. If his feet were on there to pull the back of the bike up, that was a perfect, the takeoff was beautiful on that trick. Such a difficult trick. Look, it's like a best whip contest. And then all of a sudden he starts front flipping.
And it's funny when he tells you about it, he feels like he's just doing a regular front flip. But as you said, those feet coming off really changed the way the bike spun.
And his feet are off, and he is so clinging to the bike. We'll get a score. It's not going to matter. A little bit of blood in the picture there. And
you guys, the look of disappointment right there. He worked so hard for so long. And, I mean, those tears aren't tears of pain, man. Those are tears of just... Oh, man, absolute.
Oh, wait. Lindsay Skate is tweeting. Lindsay Pastrana.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Nitro Circus members in here. Clinton Moore, man, this is what I'm looking forward to the most. That's my wife, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed.
The name gave it away.
Yeah, baby. Clinton, this trick, the 720, you have to pull like a double backflip. You pull as hard as you possibly can. Then you rotate sideways off the lip. There's so much technical to this trick. This will win this X Games if he lands it.
Here we go.
No, same. Oh, man. I know exactly how that feels. Oh, I do not know how that felt. Oh, man. Clinton Moore, he's worked so hard. He had this trick so dialed. This is something, I hope he's okay. He looks like definitely conscious.
So Clinton Moore going for the 720. We've seen Travis Pastrana going through a similar situation.
The reason that this trick is so difficult is it's impossible to overspin the trick without adrenaline. Get to X Games. Every time I've tried here, I've done the almost identical thing that he just did. He changed the lip. He had it dialed. In practice, he was so dialed. Clinton is just such a hard worker. He's getting up.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Clinton.
Well, just a little bit of a limp.
A little bit of a hitch in the giddy up, but he is very fortunate.
Clinton. Dude, he had this trick so dialed. It's a trick that, I mean, honestly, he's done it over probably 2,000 times in the foam pit over the last 4 years.
What is the difference, Travis, and where did it go wrong, in your opinion?
The takeoff. He overpulls the takeoff. Adrenaline right here. As he pulls the flip, too much flip. Now he's trying to get the spin, but he's got too much flip, so he's trying to slow down the flip, but you can't slow down the flip without slowing down the spin. So right here, if you lean forward, it's really like leaning back.
And he really tried to sight it. He tried to bring it around.
And as Travis was just describing that, it sounded so confusing. And you've got to process all of this in probably a second.
No, less. Okay, double backflip, you pull hard in the center, and you keep pulling.
Right.
The 720, you pull hard back, you pull hard sideways, you switch your rotation back, and then you have to spot your landing and pull forward. I mean, I'm so proud of the guy for trying, and he's up, he's walking. That's great.
Changing gears, Taka Higashino setting in second place in the best trick competition with the rock solid backflip. Is there a variation that he can bring?
Taka, any variation of this would be... Oh, how can you get that much done in that short of a time? I'm so impressed with Taka, man. He's come so far. He learned this trick not into a foam pit, but he learned this trick onto dirt.
My question, is that enough to take down Jacko?
I've been wrong all night, but no, actually, I think Jacko's trick probably has it. This is super, super technical. I cannot believe he added anything to this. I mean, look at the extension, pulling this in. And if he would have got the other hand off, maybe
a done deal.
Oh, my gosh.
But he did have a 90. He was 1 point behind Strong. So
but I will point out,
I would hate to be the judges.
His extension's not as big, though. Oh, look at the reactions we threw down.
I didn't think it was possible to add anything to that trick.
Oh, and...
Well,
you know what?
90.33.
That's exactly what I think. That's the right score.
I believe so too.
We now know a left hand off is 0.33.
Well,
we've learned something.
The thing is that he didn't get the full extension of the arms either. Something the judges, I'm sure, are looking at. And check out the Sony 3D TVs in the Sony viewing area of the Staples Center. That's right. if you want to see it and really see it coming at you, try it in 3D.
You know, I didn't think 3D was going to be quite as awesome as it is here, and then we saw the Nitro Circus 3D movie, and I tell you, it makes action sports bigger.
And the sneak peek of your movie, the extended version at xgames.com right now. And you guys can always hashtag Travis Pastrana's One Bad Dude. That would probably start trending pretty quick, I would think.
Okay, all right, we got Cam Sinclair. Okay.
What's going to happen here? Obviously, he knows the double backflip landed perfectly is only good enough for third.
And he has something in his bag, but man, I would not want to be him right now. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Good work.
Yes. I know people are going, oh, what, sissy, but no. You don't understand what this man has come through and been able to overcome in his career, and I'm so proud of him for sticking a double backflip.
Let's find out more about Cam, checking in with Aaron Bates.
Well, you guys, he has been working on that no-handed double backflip, but he kept under-rotating. It was not working out for him, so he said he's playing it safe tonight. He's going to just execute the double backflip. His wife, Brooke, is 26 weeks pregnant. She's calling the shots on this one.
And so he's sitting in that bronze medal position. He was on the podium last year in an all-Aussie sweep, and right now it's an international podium. Jackson Strong is putting on the body armor. They're making adjustments to the ramp for Kyle Loza.
And only one guy can knock Sinclair out of the medals, and that is Kyle Loza.
And I think Loza has a very good chance of doing it. The only three-peat winner here at Best Trick. He has something that is outside the box from what everyone has been thinking, and he's always been outside the box.
He's a very outside-the-box guy.
You know what?
Everything about him is different.
Ever since I met Kyle, I mean, he was on a different, plane when it came to doing tricks. And again, at the Monster Energy Cup, he tried it and wasn't successful either. Let's take a look.
This time he got hurt a little bit. You see how he's diving over the front right there? That looked really, really close. That's what he's going to need, a little more commitment here. He has this trick.
It's missing the bike.
He needs to pull the bike under him, right?
It's way harder than it looks. He's coming in, man. And we've been trying this trick for a long time, and it's not so hard to get it to rotate, but it's almost impossible. He's the only one that's ever even been close to getting on this trick. It takes some commitment.
Staples Center is on their feet. He's a three-time X Games gold medalist, 07, 08, 09. He's had 5 surgeries on his right wrist.
Anyone that's put that much time into a trick, I'm rooting for, man. I am on my feet. This guy, I mean, honestly, his heart, his soul, blood, sweat, tears, everything goes into this, and he's got a second chance.
Come on, Kyle.
Come on, Kyle. He just wants to make sure that everything is perfect. That bike is still tweaked from his first jump. So now not only is he sore, he's more nervous for messing up the first time. His bike is tweaked, and he has to do something that he's never been able to land to dirt. And the biggest stage of his life. This is huge.
Kyle Loza is amazing in his innovative style that he brings to the X Games. Travis, yourself, very similar. I mean, what drives you guys to invent, to think, to bring something new like this?
Passion, waking up every morning with the desire to show the world that it's possible, and everyone keeps telling them it's not possible. They said you're too small for this trick. You don't weigh enough to pull the 220-pound motorcycle around, and you're only do body burials. And you know what? Everyone in the stadium is on their feet because they feel what he feels.
Quick one-word answer. If he lands it, is it enough to win?
Yes.
Let's see. The stage is Kyle Loza's. The world is watching inside the Staples Center. Let's sit back and watch.
He's got to go full commitment off the lip, knowing that if he misses, he's taking a stage dive straight into the dirt at the bottom of the Staples Center. And if he does that, he'll probably be rewarded with gold.
Having a word with our starter there.
It's tough though, because you're like, you want to go and you want to get amped up, but it's so hard to do this at a live event. There's nothing more scary than this moment for an athlete like Kyle.
Do you think that, is it possible that he's questioning the bike, or?
He's questioning everything right now. He's questioning the wind inside the Staples Center. I tell you what, the nerves that go through you right here, you gotta you got to take this and slow down time and take the energy of this crowd and be like, you know what? I'm going to use this to my advantage. I'm going to take this adrenaline and it's going to work for me and not against me.
He's taking the time there to stretch, see how he feels. Is the ankle feeling good after that last get off?
People don't realize, they're like, oh, we just stepped off. No, we stepped off from 35 feet in the air onto really, really hard packed dirt. I guarantee you he is hurting. He may be broken, and he is just going for it because he's put in so much time, so much hard work. He knows that everything that he's done the last 4 years is on the line right now. He knows he can do it. He has done it before. He's done it in the foam pit. He has thousands of jumps. He's got everyone watching, and this is it.
Here we go. Everyone is on their feet. If you're at home, get off the couch and help this guy along.
All right, well.
Oh.
Is he done?
Unbuckling the boot, shaking his head.
It looks like he's calling it.
Yeah, that's, well, this is something that you can go past pain to a certain point, but when it's debilitating, when you're going to hit the takeoff and you're going to buckle, when you're not going to be able to do your trick, he knows that he hasn't been able to do this, you know, healthy. He was perfectly fine when he went out for the first time.
And you saw his face there when he was pulling that boot off, and Jacko is getting loaded up right now in the start.
So it looks like Kyle Loza is going to elect to skip due to injury, and you can see by the look on his face, he is not happy.
Those aren't tears of pain, man. I tell you what, I've never seen so many grown guys crying, not because they hurt, but because it's just, they put everything into this, years of work. So you have a winner.
They're chanting Loza inside Staples Center. Jackson Strong coming into the ramp. What will we see?
Front flip. Nope. There we go.
Glory run.
Safety run.
He's leading. He doesn't need a score. Jackson Strong has just won his second X Games in a row.
Jacko, man, that is absolutely awesome. The jack, he's calling it. That trick is really, really cool. And he had it so clean, so smooth. Man, just really proud of that guy. Really, everything that he did. I mean, Cam Sinclair right there. This is.
And there, Loza working with X Games Medical, and the Ford You Win, I Win. The I Win winner. Congratulations to Tim Kaltoff for winning a 2013 Ford Focus ST because Jacko won the best trick competition. So Jackson Strong helping Tim win that Ford car, and he is for sure stoked. Deegs right there. All of his boys jumping in. Rob Adelberg, also from Australia. And wow, what an amazing event. Best trick here at the X Games Los Angeles. Unfortunately for Kyle Loza, not able to meet the call. X Games 2012 continues tomorrow, live from Los Angeles at 1 Eastern on ABC. And don't forget to catch X Center at 1:30 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2 for continued coverage of X Games Los Angeles. Log on to xgames.com. Coming up next is Sports Center. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in action sports. We're going to say so long from X Games Los Angeles. We'll see you tomorrow with more insanity.